Hello, and welcome back to Geek, Feng, Shui, where we try to share some of the games from my library. And some days we do a whole video and forget to hit record, like I did with my Assassin's Creed dailies. I had a great video, good commentary, good action, and I forgot to hit that little record button. I hit it twice. So yeah, it's been one of those days. So today we're going to try a little bit of another introduction. Speaking of introduction, I'd like to shout out to the Canada Good Brewing here in Casson, or other breweries in your area that may be closer, worth a visit. Family friendly is important. It's not what I would call your average sports bar, but they do games, board games, card games. They have a whole room full of games. If you don't bring your own, you are allowed to bring your own. They have pizza, beer, of course, and then they have soda and milk and other things for those who are either too young or don't want to drink. They have water. They have food trucks. They have trivia nights and D&D nights. Yes, we still play D&D. Might have been a 40-year gap in my case, but we're back playing. So today we're going to do a game called Wild. Let's see where to go. I'm trying to come through my... There's Hunt Showdown is a game I'm going to show off today. I went through and believe I have everything going here. Now you might ask, why on earth would I play Western games? Well, my books, as you see above me here in sellersjr.com, are Weird Wild Westerns. While I've read a lot of books and played some games, for the most part I haven't done a lot of Western themed stuff. It's been fantasy or space and stuff. So when I got my new computer, I thought I'm going to go find some Western games, and they're fun. But they didn't always click with me. So we are going to wait while this comes up. It's a cold day here in Casson. Winter is not releasing us. Most of these that I'm going to show you can be played with a controller or a keyboard. The third game I want to leave as a surprise because it reminds me of Diablo. It may not click on all the cylinders when it comes to playing it, but once you understand the game, it becomes a challenge. And we all know how a challenge plays into getting someone to play a game over and over and over. Let's try to have the photosensitive seizure warning. I want to try pre-playing this a little bit just so I knew what I was sort of doing. Unlike my previous videos, in some cases, it's like you can probably hurt yourself laughing at me. I know you're not laughing with me because I was laughing. So here we're going to modify the hunter. And we're going to do Weird Sister. Weird Sister's kind of fun. I have two sisters. I wouldn't call them weird necessarily, but oh, reminds me of Wednesday. I like it. So we're going to go in and let's see what we have here. We have progress, roster, store, arsenal, library. We're going to play bounty hunt. You can do solo play, or you can go lobby and play with other people, but for this particular case, we're just going to go and play by ourselves, not to be confused with playing with ourselves, because there's people that interpret that in derogatory fashion if you have a mind that goes always like by ourselves. Anytime you say something these days, the internet will correct you. But there's some kind of zombie elements allowed in, which is how they get people to play. You have a roster of progress. So I'm going to come in here and change. I don't want to play against 3. I'm going to go into lobby and I don't want to do that. I want to do maybe you can't do just a single progress game on this. For some reason I thought you could. So I just want to go in and do quest lines. So now we'll just do this. I will pick. It's one of those things where it's like, well, you would have thought you would have known what to do. But I thought you could play. Play Bounty Hunt. There we go. I think we had to click on something, so we're just playing. We'll see. This is just an introduction, so once I figure out what I'm doing and show how ill prepared I was to show this game off. I think what this game is that you have a bounty hunt and you're literally hunting other people in the game. Which some people find fun. I mean, World of Warcraft had it when you had your 3v3 and 2v2. In this case, I'm going to show you what I do, and you can either try to replicate or avoid it. I'm sure there's a lot of people right now banging their heads on their desk going, this guy has no idea what he's doing, and I don't. But this is just kind of give you a taste of match found. Feel bad whoever I'm matched with. So I may not disappoint somebody by playing too long. I'm just going to fire up once here and you get an idea. It won't be a necessarily a long video. Hunt Showdown intrigued me because I found a lot of artwork online when I was researching art for my books that you can see above me at sellersjr.com or down below. One of the things with indie writing is you have to have permission to use the artwork in order to use it, which I did and have for my books. There comes a point where if you change enough of it, that the argument about it, who owns it, becomes your artwork. You can Google it on your own. To give you an idea, there's Lunapic is a service where you can upload art and change it. And they said there's that, and then there's Tin Eye. Tin Eye is the big one. We're gonna look up art and tell you where I found it. So if you want to see how many people use the Mona Lisa backwards, we'll tell you that once they use it backwards, they can claim it's their art, not necessarily the real deal. Kind of humor. So apparently, waiting for the players. Maybe why I didn't play this game. I'll have to go look it up and get more familiar with it. We'll look at another game here in a minute, but it's more my cup of tea. But I wanted to show off this one in case you're into something like this and say, oh, this is what it does. I mean, I can play better than this guy. I think it's all right. So now we go to hunt. Dark sight. So I don't know exactly what that is. Other than it kind of is like Assassin's Creed Valhalla, where you can see a thing in a different light. Dark Sister must be a zombie bare knuckler. But yeah, I don't know how big an area we're in, how we'd run across each other, but I'm just going along here until somebody shoots me. Zombie. Oh, it's kind of refreshing. Bare knuckle. Weird Sister's doing pretty good. Weird dark vision. Kill 2 zombies. So I have no idea if the person I'm teamed up with I just killed or if they're here. Oh, I can break in. So this is what they would call a first-person fister. I'm going to let that fester in your mind to consider. Instead of a first-person shooter, do with that in your imagination as you will. So there is some fun to this game. Sometimes just jumping into a game and not knowing what you're doing can be entertaining for those that do know, and they say, what an idiot. You stop the bleeding, which is important. Oh, I'm dead. Then you can go spectate, so let's go see what that is. This must be the other player. Clearly they know what they're doing. So here we're not playing, we're just watching what they're doing. They obviously know what they're doing. And it'll give you a much bigger, better demonstration than I could possibly in this game. The artwork is very good that people have come up with different characters. I'm a visual artist, so I will get artwork and base my characters on it. Part of that comes from Game of Thrones when they asked the author if his characters now look like the ones on TV. He said, no, they look the same they did 30 years ago when he started writing it. This guy has a gun. That's cheating, so to speak. So apparently when I died, they'd have to find me to revive me. That is really cheap. He had a gun. I probably could have found one if I looked where to look. What do you have to find ammunition or not? So I go to the next player. We're back to this guy. Or gal. Could be either. It's a zombie apocalypse. There's been a lot of Walking Dead. Situations like that, bows and arrows are better because you can always make an arrow. You can't always make a bullet. Clearly, they don't need me in this. They're just going along the world. They might even not know that I'm dead. Or got a sign that, hey, this idiot just died. Oh, he gave himself a shot like they talked about. We're going to stop spectating. And we're going to go back to the menu. And that was Hunt Showdown. I know it wasn't much to see, but it may be something I'll come back and try again. I'm going to do some more research. Normally I would have done that before I do my introduction, but I thought you might want to see it from the eyes of someone playing it. Please consider subscribing even with this mediocre gameplay. Helps the channel. And we're going to set up Monsters Killed XP20. And I think we're going to call this a video. It's not the best video I've done, but yeah, that's the end of that. So we'll move on to our next game here in the next video. Try to set the videos out, and I'll get some links for you to investigate the game and YouTube videos that show you how to play it better than I did. So if you have any interest in this game, please take a look at it and follow up and go from there. And thanks for watching. Please subscribe, set the bell accordingly, and check out the breweries in your area. If they're half as good as ours, they're good. Ours I consider cream of the crop. Chaotic Brewing in Castle, Minnesota. Chaotic Good Brewing. So anyway, have a good one, folks, and we'll see you in the next video.